If you have been using Claude at all, you already know that skills are one of its most powerful features. But if you have tried creating your custom skills, you have probably run into three frustrating problems. First, there's no way to test your skill actually works the way you think it does. You write it, you try it a couple of times manually, and then you just hope for the best. Second, wrong triggers. Claude doesn't always trigger the right skill. You have a skill that should fire for a specific task, and half the time it just doesn't. It ignores it completely. And third, there is no tracking. When a new model drops or you make a small change to your skill, you have no idea if things got better or worse. Well, Anthropic just released something that fixes all three of these problems. It is the improved skill creator, and what it gives you is the ability to write evals, run benchmarks, and measure if your skills are doing what they are supposed to do without writing any code. I'll just show you an example of this here. I have run an eval on my title creation skill, and you can see all sort of benchmarks here and the accuracy of it, how it performs with and without the skill, and so on. We will get into the details in a moment. This is the official Anthropic announcement about this. I'll give you the link in the description so you can read it. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what changed, why it matters, and how to install it. And then we are going to build a sample skill together, rather improve a skill that we already have, because at this point, most of us have built some skills, how to improve them in a way that they would fire at the right time and produce better results. Let me explain why this update matters so much. Right now, when you create a skill in Claude Code, it is basically a text file. You write instructions telling Claude Code how to do a specific thing, and that's it. There is no feedback loop. There is no way to know if the skill is actually being followed correctly, or if a model update just made your skill worse. What it introduces now, it is the ability to define evals and run benchmarks and continuously iterate and improve upon the skills that you write. In Anthropic's own words, testing turns a skill that seems to work into one you know works. Here is what Anthropic built. There are 6 major things that you need to know about. These are basically test cases for your skills. You write a prompt, you define what the expected behavior should be, and system tells you if your skill actually produces that behavior. Pass or fail, it would look something like what I showed you at the beginning of the video. Number 2, benchmarks. Once you have evals, you can run them as benchmarks that track 3 things over time. Your eval pass rate, how long the skill takes to run, and how many tokens it uses. So you can actually see if your skill is getting better or worse as you make changes. Number 3 is multi-agent parallel testing. The skill creator spins up multiple independent agents in clean, isolated contexts. Each agent runs your skill separately, so you get reliable results without any cross-contamination between your tests. Number 4, an A/B comparator. This is really clever. It runs a blind comparison between 2 versions of a skill. The grading agents do not know which version is which, so you get an honest answer about which version actually performs better. Number 5 is description optimization. This one is subtle but incredibly important. The skill creator analyzes your skill's description, which I'll show you later in the video, against sample prompts and tells you if the description is triggering correctly. Anthropic says they improved triggering on 5 out of 6 of their own public document skills just by optimizing descriptions. We ran it across our document creation skills and saw improved triggering on 5 out of 6 public skills. This is their optimization results, how it performed. The gray is how it was performing, and the blue and the green represents the new grading. The description optimization directly solves the triggering problem I mentioned at the start. If your skills are not firing when they should, chances are the description is the issue, not the skill itself. And under the hood, this is all powered by a 4-agent pipeline. There is an executor, there's a grader, there's a comparator, and an analyzer. Before jump into the install, there's one more concept that you need to understand. It changes how you think about testing your skills. Anthropic defines 2 types of skills. The first type is called capability uplift. These are the skills that teach Claude to do something that it is not good at doing on its own. A good example is the front-end design. We are all accustomed to the front-end design skill from Anthropic that creates decent enough front-ends. Without a design skill, Claude Code tends to produce generic-looking AI websites. With a design skill like the front-end design skill, the output is dramatically better. The important thing about the capability uplift skill is that they can decay. When a smarter model comes out, the skill might actually make things worse because the model has already learned to do what the skill was teaching. The eval framework catches that for you. It tells you when a model upgrade has made your skill unnecessary. The second type of skill is called encoded preference. These are skills that tell Claude to follow a specific workflow or do things in a specific order. Claude already knows how to do each individual stuff, but you want it done it your way, in your preference every time. Why does this distinction matter? Because how you test these two types is different. For capability uplift skills, you want A/B testing with the skill and without the skill to see if it is actually making things better. For encoded preference skills, you want fidelity testing. Is it actually following all of your instructions and in the right order? The skill creator handles both. So now that's out of the way, how to install the skill creator. Installing is very simple. Open Claude Code. This could be your plugin in your VS Code or cursor. I use the terminal, and then you type this / command /plugin, and you'll be taken to this screen here. Then you simply search for skill creator. It will ask you to install it for you, install for all the collaborators. Just choose one. I've already installed it and I chose install for you. That is a user scope. If I do it now, I won't be able to see it here, but I can see it in my install skills. You can see that the skill creator plugin is already enabled. After it installs, you can type /reload plugins to reload all the plugins that you have installed so far. Now let me show you what this actually looks like in practice. I have a skill called title creation that helps me write better YouTube video titles. It works okay, but I have never actually tested it. I have no idea if it is making my titles better or if Claude would do just as well without it. Here, I'm saying, can you use the skill creator to test title generation skill in alignment with our trend scan? You can see here, when I ask it to do that, I'm running an agent team, so it clears the context and starts a teammate. And it starts with some of the mandatory skills, and then it loads skill creator. And it also loads the skill that I wanted to improve and any related skills. Then it sets up a workspace with folders and evals. That is this make directory here. Here it sets up the eval test data. In these test cases, the prompts are generated automatically and the expected output is also given. Here you can see the eval file created. Each eval has a prompt like asking for titles for different topics and then a set of assertions, which are the expectations here. Things like the output must contain at least 5 title options. It must include a weighted scoring table. Each title must cite a specific source, and so on. Now this is where it gets interesting. It snapshots the current version of my skill and then it spawns 6 test runs in parallel. 3 with my skills loaded and 3 without it as a baseline. That is the A/B test comparison happening right there. 6 independent agents all running at the same time, each in a clean isolated context so they do not interfere with each other. You can here see that all the eval metadata files it created for each of these 3 test cases with all the assertions and expected outputs defined. So this is actually testing the current video that I am recording, the title for that video. I will be probably using one of these videos. While waiting for the test runs to finish, the skill creator is already analyzing my current skill and identifying weaknesses. It found 7 specific problems. No concrete examples of good versus bad titles, for example. Hook variants are rigid and always follow the same format. No guidance on title length. No negative examples showing what patterns to avoid. And no strategy for different channel sizes. The baseline runs without the skills finish first. It reads those skills and finds out that the baselines produce decent quality titles but lack structured scoring. So the skill is actually adding value. It's not just adding as much as it could. Now here it writes the improved version of my skill. You can see the diff on my screen. The red lines are being removed and the green lines are the ones that are being added. It is adding proven formula catalogs, psychological mechanism frameworks, strategic capitalization guidance, title length rules, and channel size specific strategies. Every improvement maps directly back to the weakness the eval uncovered. When the first eval run finishes, it gives me a link to a local web page here, localhost and on port 3117. And it gives me the whole breakdown with skill. If I click next, it will show without skill, and you can press again with skill, without skill. You can go through each one of these and add your feedback right down here. So if I go back and then submit all your reviews, I haven't yet submitted mine. And all the output from the agents, you can actually see here, title output, what it actually produced. You can see extracted title formulas with mechanisms. It has found some other videos using my YouTube API and channel averages, composite from Sabrina Romano. And the title options were before the skill update, before it did the changes to the skill. I built 14 apps, then replaced them all for. That is a pretty good title. You don't need SaaS, AI agents do it for that amount of money. How I replace my $500 a month in SaaS with AI agents. These are all pretty good. So that is before editing the skill MD. Now it reruns the same evals with iteration 2 to verify whether the improvements actually helped. And then it presents to me with a report the second time. And then you can see the title output there as well. The same process has been followed. 6 agents launched again in parallel. You can see them completing one by one here. These assertions are really detailed. Titles, missing proven formula catalog, no psychological mechanism framework. This is testing whether the improved skill handles real world edge cases. I built 30 Claude Code skills, then Anthropic changed everything. This is for this video that I'm recording. Claude Code skills creator, write evals and ship better skills. That is targeting SEO. What 30 Claude skills taught me about the new skill creator. The Claude Code skills update that changes how you build AI agents. It's all pretty good titles. You can see the benchmark here with skill, without skill, pass rate, how much time it took, and assertions, and the pass and fail rate with skill, 100%, without skill, not 100%. And you're also given analysis notes. Iteration 2 maintains 100% pass rate with skill, 33 out of 33 assertions, baseline unchanged, that is 60.6%, 20 out of 33. New skill MD additions, patterns to avoid table, title length, current assertions. You get the idea. You also get something called formal grades, 12 passed, 0 failed out of 12. So these are the expectations. And then you can provide your feedback here as well. These look good. So that's the full workflow. I asked you to improve one skill, created eval test cases from real data, and ran 6 parallel tests with and without the skill, identified 8 specific weaknesses, and rewrote the skill to fix all of them. Ran the tests again and showed me the results on a live dashboard. 100% versus 60%. This you can continuously eval in the background. Whenever a new model is released, you're not guessing anymore. And you can actually see that whether your skills are degrading performance or your outputs are getting better. This update is a big deal because it solves the 3 biggest problems with skills in Claude Code right now. You can finally test if your skills work. You can fix the triggering problem through description optimization, and you can track whether your skills get better or worse over time. If you are using Claude Code and you have not set up the skill creator yet, you should do it now. If you want to go deeper and see how I use skills to automate real workflows, I break it all down in my school community. Link is in the description. Basically, I have all the skills that does my keyword research, front-end design, creating videos, audio creation, creating websites, creating directory websites, which I showed you in a previous video. Go check it out, link in the description.